Greetings. Your usual host has been supplanted by a better, more awesome host of Wood Pulp. I'm quite pleased by this. I hope you are as well. The Muse smiled. Thank you for coming. Alright, enough of that. Surprise! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. The most amazing, awesomest, and probably not only, but pretty good, I must say, the pretty fantastic online trivia game brought to you by YouTube and brought to you by moi. I am Mark Walsh, your Hermit host. We will be starting our Hermit Trivia game in just about, let's give it, say, 25 minutes, I say. We'll have to give some time for seats to fill and for people to arrive. If you have just arrived, welcome to the show. Don't be a stranger. Feel free to say hello on our chat thread. Let us know what you're drinking tonight. Let us know how you're doing. What's life like on this big old ball of mud that apes are fighting over? Just apes fighting on a ball of mud spinning around a burning rock. It's pretty metal, I think. Hey, sweetie. Welcome all to Hermit Trivia. Haha, welcome, Leslie. You get brownie points for being the first. Well done, well done. Since you're the first, I'm going to get started on our, let's get our usual hangman game. We have to wait for seats to fill and get something good. Okay. All right, Leslie, here, you want to take the first guess? It is 29 letters total, and it is an activity. Want to take a guess for the first letter? T, okay. 2 T's. That's all good. You have 2 T's. I'm assuming everyone has at least about a 10 to 20 second lag, so it's really no rush. It's all good. Welcome all if you're just arriving. We'll be getting Hermit Trivia started in just 20 minutes. 20 minutes for some seats to fill, get some people in the chat, friend, keep it fun. All right, Leslie guesses with another S. S. All right, that's 4 S's. 4 S's. Well done. Hi, Dad. Welcome. My father, Joseph Brennan, has just arrived on the chat thread. Welcome. So, if you'd like to take a guess on our Hangman game, feel free. Here we go. This is an activity. 29 letters. R. All right, there are 2 R's. Well done, Dad. 2 R's. Ooh. This is what we call the trivia pre-game. A little bit of I get to live out my Vanna White fantasies, and you get to complete the puzzle and get vastly entertained. Dad guesses F. F. Okay. One F. One F. Leslie guesses an E. E. There you go. 2 E's. Elephant. Dad guesses O. Dad guesses O. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. If you are just arriving, we'll be getting our trivia show started in just about 15 minutes. 15 minutes for some You're almost there. No fair solving the puzzle unless it's a complete answer. Come on, Dad. You've seen Wheel of Fortune. You know this. There you go. Yes, Dad has gotten it. It is wash your hands for 20 seconds. Very important in this day and age. Well done, Dad. Excellent answer. Well, this is ominous. This is not what I intended. Yikes. No taps. Hush. Wait a second. I was thinking that dancing coffins meme would start playing in just a bit. Ooh, spooky. This is a YouTube audio library. It's the trumpets collection. As previously what we heard was Taps, which I guess is public domain. Taps is that song they play at military funerals. It was just on the soundtrack. It just appeared at random. All right, here's the next one. So this one is 18 letters. Category is literature. And we got a comma right there. Technical difficulties. R. Dad guesses R. Leslie guesses T. E. Dad guesses E. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. If you were just joining us, we have 10 minutes till showtime. Please have yourself a seat. If you are on the chat thread, if you see what's going on, let us know how you're doing, what you're drinking, and don't be a stranger. Let yourself be known on this Thursday night. And Leslie guesses S. Well, there's one S. Leslie guesses X. There's one X. Dad guesses I. Dad guesses I. Dad guesses O. Sadly, no, there is no O. We've got the first part of the scaffold. But there is an A. There is an A. And Clyde comes in with a C. And there's no, sadly, Clyde, no C. I'm sorry. But thank you for joining us. Welcome. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. The second part of the gallows is set. Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad it's tough. Sometimes I feel like I'm throwing softballs at you guys. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. Just joining us. You're welcome to, if you're coming into our game, feel free to join our little impromptu game of Hangman. We always love to entertain ourselves. We'll be starting our game proper, the quiz show, in just about 6 minutes. Okay. F. Leslie guesses F. There is no F. Oh, wait, Dad, you're right. I forgot. Okay, yes, you're correct. I'm sorry. This is an A. It is an A. I forgot. Wow. Whoops, my bad. So we actually had 2 A's in there. 2 A's. Sorry, Dad. It's always the one letter I forgot. P. Leslie guesses P. There is a P. There's 1 P. And Dad guesses N. There's no N. Sorry, Dad. So now we're forming the head. No N, but 1 P. U. Dad guesses U. There is 1 U. Oh, yeah, sorry, there's 2 U's. 2 U's. 2 U. Happy birthday, 2 U's. Leslie guesses H. H. There's no H. No H. Leslie, sorry. Yes, Clyde guesses D. D. Dad's got it. Yes, is a famous stage direction from the William Shakespeare play, Exit, Pursued by a Bear. Bonus question. In which of Shakespeare's plays was this stage direction featured? Nope, not MC. I like this track. This is funky. You're in the closer in the same category. Here, hint. The title does feature a season. No. We're starting trivia. Actually, the timer has started just now. All right. It is time to get this show on the road. Our time again is 9:40. Hopefully some more people will enter soon. But yes, so the answer to that question, what Shakespeare play features the stage direction exit pursued by a bear? It is A Winter's Tale. Winter's Tale is what has that famous, seemingly nonsensical stage direction exit pursued by a bear. All right, that's like just a little trivia start, a little warm up to go there. Let's move on. Let's get the show on the road. Welcome to Hermit Trivia. It's the trivia for smart people who stay inside. The only trivia where you can have the bar trivia experience at your table or in your bed. I'm Mark Walsh, your Hermit host. Thank you for joining me in this experiment tonight. Tonight's trivia is 6 rounds with 3 questions each. I will read the questions twice and as clearly as possible. You will then have 1 minute to listen to a lovely public domain song and write or think out your answer. Each question will be worth 1 point. There will be a halftime question worth multiple points, as well as a 5-minute break between rounds 3 and 4. There will also be a final question after round 6, which will be worth 10 points, and you will have 3 minutes to consider this final question. That being said, this trivia game can be played at home or on your own terms. You can change the point values, choose not to use the points, break the party into different teams, put everyone into one big team, call in other players to be opposing teams or teammates on separate devices, fly solo, or just watch me or listen to me at your leisure, as you will. Please feel free to share in the chat your chosen food and drink. My chosen food and drink is got a little red wine spritzer in here. It gets the job done. Oh, that's tasty. You can also share your point totals, how many teams you're formed, whatever's going through your mind, as long as it's fairly clean, and more. To increase interactivity and fun, we are giving a 10-second window for people to guess answers to a question before a final reveal. I will show the go prompt for 10 seconds. During that time, players have a chance to type a guess on the chat window. Otherwise, do not type answers out on the chat stream. So if you do not see this, please do not type out any answers on the chat stream. In case someone is competing with someone, you don't want to give away the answer. And we're trying something new tonight as well. Actually, we've been trying this for a couple weeks. Sorry, this is an old script, but we've been doing this for a while. We have a theme round tonight. One of the rounds tonight has all 3 of its questions unified by a single theme that will be announced after all the questions of that round are read. If you guess the theme before the reading, you can give yourself 3 bonus points. What we do is at the end of each theme round, I will announce it is the theme round and then give 15 seconds with this sign held up for anyone who wants to make a guess to guess. So please, even if you think you know the answer, do not make your guess on the chat stream until you get the cue. You'll know the cue when you see it, trust me. All right. Last, please refrain from discriminatory talk, political comments, donkey talk, or rudeness. And let's take a break from the current situation that keeps us from traditional trivia. In other words, let's not be jerks and keep it friendly. Be respectful. And scores can be kept on the provided printout sheet, which has been shared on Facebook. They can also be kept on scratch paper, or if the score is very low, on your fingers and toes. All right, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, round 1. The category is photography. Photography. Let me set up my little timer here just to get that ready for my answer. Cool. All right. Question 1. In 1988, Fujifilm released The Fujix DSX. That's Fujix DSX. The Fujix DSX. The first commercially available camera of what type? In 1988, Fujifilm released the Fujix DSX, the first commercially available camera of what type? All right, you got 1 minute to win it. Here's your music. Here it goes. Seconds. And that is time. Okay, question number one. Question one for photography. In 1988, Fujifilm released the Fujix DSX, the first commercially available camera of what type? Okay, I got answers from Dad, and I got answers from Clyde, and I got to give it to Clyde. Clyde got the correct answer. Yes, he's right. The Fujix DSX was the first commercially available digital camera. It was the first digital camera released on major markets. Yes, well done. And within 10 years after that, you had the first camera phone. But yes, the beginnings of that, the first digital camera was 1988 by Fujifilm. Well done, Clyde. Excellent. All right. Question number two. Question two. What photographer who became famous for his depictions of the American Civil War died in poverty because the government refused to purchase his photographs after the war's end? What photographer who became famous for his depictions of the American Civil War died in poverty because the government refused to purchase his photographs after the war's end? Here's your minute. Seconds. All right, that is time. There's your minute to win it for question number two. Question two. What photographer who became famous for his depictions of the American Civil War died in poverty because the government refused to purchase his photographs after the war's end? And we got answers. Welcome, Charles. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the chat stream. We got answers from Dad and Charles and Clyde, and I got to give it to Dad and Charles because they both got. That's right. They both got Matthew Brady. Matthew Brady, that great photographer and chronologer of the chronicler, I should say. I'm going to make him at words of the U.S. of the American Civil War. Here's a story of a guy named Brady who spent a lot of time photographing a terrible war. He had lots of horrifying photos the government didn't want. With Alice the housekeeper. I would not watch that. No. Okay. Question number 3. There's Matthew Brady was the answer. Well done. Question 3. What early brand of film for color photography was immortalized by a Paul Simon song, but discontinued in 2010? What early brand of film for color photography was immortalized by a Paul Simon song, but discontinued in 2010? Here's your minute. 10 seconds. All right, that is time. Okay, that's time. Question number 3. Question 3. What early brand of film for color photography was immortalized by a Paul Simon song, but discontinued in 2010? That's correct. You guys all swept it. You've all got it. Yes, you've all got it. Hello, Krista. Thank you. Thank you. I like my hat. This a little quick comment on my hat. This is my hat from Xiamen, from the Chinese cat city. I'm glad you like it. Love my cat hat. Wow. And welcome to the show. Awesome. Yes. So Kodachrome. Yes, the answer is Kodachrome. Kodachrome, give me the nice bright colors. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. Great song. Yes, Kodachrome was that brand of colored film. Discontinued in 2010. For a brief moment, made by the Kodak Corporation. They had talked about in 2017 about the possibility of bringing it back again. Like, since vintage photography is sort of coming back in vogue, people like Polaroids. In this, non-digital photography, a lot of hobbyists really like it. And I think they eventually declined on it, but who knows? You may end up seeing it again. You may end up seeing some fancy artist on Instagram is probably going to be showing you Kodachrome photos in the future. Who knows? I love it. I'd love to see it. Okay. Round 2. The category is bodies of water. Bodies of water for round 2. Okay. Question 1. Unlike the club in the Manilow song, the town of Copacabana is actually south of Havana and is situated on the Bolivian side of what lake? Unlike the club in the Manilow song, the town of Copacabana is actually south of Havana and is situated on the Bolivian side of what lake? Okay. All right, so don't go yet. All right. Bodies of water. Question 1. Unlike the club in the Manilow song, the town of Copacabana is actually south of Havana and is situated on the Bolivian side of what lake? All right, we got the answers coming in from Dad and from Charles. And Charles is correct. Yes, it is. And that's right. And then Clyde also came with the answer. Like the Titicaca. Titicaca. Ooh, whoa. This is supposed to be a family channel. Come on. What are you doing, Mark? Yes, Lake Titicaca. At the Copacabana, the lake right by Lake Titicaca. Da, ba, da, ba, da. Okay, yes, Titicaca is the answer. Now, question number 2 for bodies of water. Question 2. What major river has 2 major tributaries? The White Source, found near Burundi, and the Blue Source, found in Ethiopia. What major river has 2 major tributaries? The White Source, found near Burundi, and the Blue Source, found in Ethiopia. Here's your minute. 10 seconds. All right. That is question number 2. What major river has 2 major tributaries? The white source, found near Burundi, and the blue source, found in Ethiopia. All right, we got answers from Dad and Charles and Clyde, and they've all swept it. Denial is not a river in Egypt, but wait, it is. It absolutely is. Yes, the Nile is absolutely the answer. Yes, the Nile has both the white Nile and the blue Nile coming in from two different sources that converge. The white source is the largest part, but the blue source is where most of the water comes from. All that water and silt that makes that wonderful. A wonderful fertile valley. All right, good old Nile River. All right, question number 3. Question 3. It was at this Pacific Northwest River that the Lewis and Clark expedition spotted the Pacific Ocean for the first time. It was at this Pacific Northwest River that the Lewis and Clark expedition spotted the Pacific Ocean for the first time. Okay, here's your minute. Fancy. Seconds. All right. Question number 3 is it was at this Pacific Northwest River that the Lewis and Clark expedition spotted the Pacific Ocean for the first time. Yes, and Dad and Charles and Clyde have all swept it. It was that grand dame, the Columbia River. Yes, the Columbia River. I got to see the mouth of it at Seaside, Oregon. That was really cool. The Columbia River was that magnificent river where the Lewis and Clark expedition ended. Well, before its return journey. Quite a fantastic story. But yes, they've all sweated. I knew. Yeah, I got one person who Clyde is. Clyde's Pacific Northwest, just like me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I threw a bone to all my friends in the Cascadia area. That's an easy one for them. That's great river though, Columbia. I love it. Okay. Round 3, last category before the halftime. Round 3. The category is Camp Cinema. Camp Cinema. All right. Question 1. At showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, what brand of toilet paper is usually hurled at the screen? At showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, what brand of toilet paper is usually hurled at the screen? Here's your minute. Ten seconds. Okay, and that is time. That is time for question 1. At showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, what brand of toilet paper is usually hurled at the screen? And I got 2 answers. I got one from Charles and one from Clyde. And the right answer goes to Clyde. Clyde is gone. Yes, it is Scott's toilet paper. Scott, in response to the quote on the screen where Dr. Frankenfooter encounters Dr. Scott and yells, "Great Scott!" Get a lot of Scott brand toilet paper thrown at the screen. One of the regular traditions of that show. That thing is so many. It's been around since like they've been doing live shows of it since 1970, and some of those traditions are just like deeply ingrained. Like throwing toast to the screen, that's another big one. When they do the toast to the screen, it's a lot too much to remember me. Actually, I must be like the one person alive who prefers to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show like without the big fanfare and without the screen and everything. I don't know. I really like it a lot. Okay, question number 2. Question 2. The 1951 baseball comedy Angels in the Outfield is said to have been the favorite movie of what U.S. president? The 1951 baseball comedy Angels in the Outfield is said to have been the favorite movie of what U.S. president? Here's your minute. All right, 5 seconds. And that is time. Okay. It's time for question number 2. The 1951 baseball comedy Angels in the Outfield is said to have been the favorite movie of what U.S. president? Yes, all of you got answers. Dad and Clyde are correct. It is The great that President and General Dwight D. Eisenhower. Yes, Dwight D. Eisenhower was his favorite comedy, Angels in the Outfield, the original 1951 version, which I have not actually seen. I did see most of the 1990s remake, the one with a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Tony Danza, and a whole lot of CGI. Angels in the Outfield. I don't know. I'm almost kind of suspect the 1950s version holds up better, but the 90s remake was hella cheesy. But yes, Angels in the Outfield was the favorite movie of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Sounds like kind of fun. All right, question number 3. Question 3. What actress, known previously for her roles in blaxploitation movies like Foxy Brown and Scream, Blackula, Scream, had a comeback in 1997 with her role in Jackie Brown? What actress, known previously for her roles in blaxploitation movies like Foxy Brown and Scream, Blackula, Scream, had a comeback in 1997 with her role in Jackie Brown? Here's your minute. Ten seconds. All right, and that is time for question number 3. What actress, known previously for her roles in blaxploitation movies like Foxy Brown and Scream, Blackula, Scream, had a comeback in 1997 with her role in Jackie Brown? Okay, we got answers coming in from Clyde and from Charles, and yes, they are both correct. It is the great Pam Grier. Pam Grier, that awesome actress. Yes, her role in Jackie Brown was amazing. The movie Jackie Brown in general, one of my favorites. Written by Elmore Leonard, directed by Quentin Tarantino. It's you really can't go wrong. It's a great flick. She's fantastic in it. It's yes, Pam Grier is the answer to question number 3. And that was our theme round. All right. I don't know. I didn't get any texts for early guesses of the theme or anything. So you now get a 15-second window. So think about the questions in our round 3 category, Camp Cinema, and see if you can guess the theme. Here we go. Starting now. All right. Any guesses? So here's a theme I was going for. In question one, I mentioned Scott toilet paper. Scott also works as the last name of a character, as in Michael Scott. Scott. Okay. In question number 2, I mentioned Dwight D. Eisenhower. Dwight D. Eisenhower. So we got Michael Scott and Dwight. And then the final question, I mentioned the great actress Pam Grier. Pam. So we got Michael Scott, Dwight, and Pam. Yes, they are all characters from The Office. Yes, all characters from the American, I should specify, the American remake, the American version of The Office. Big special shout out to Leslie for suggesting that idea for a theme round. I know this was probably a little tougher than most of my previous themes. Yes, The Office is the other. If you manage to guess yourself that, give yourself 3 points. And you got my kudos. Well done. Okay, we are now approaching the halftime category. Here is the halftime. Before I move on, just want to let you know, reminder to like this video if you are enjoying it. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, if you'd like to see more. I'll also point you to the link on our Patreon. I'll put that up later. If you like this channel, you'd like to donate and see it supported, please post a donation on our Patreon. And most importantly, share this with your friends and family, because the more the merrier. I'd love to bring some more people in here and watching this. All right. Here it is, the halftime. The halftime. Your category is movie musicals. Movie musicals. Now you have 5 minutes for this question and 5 guesses to make. You can only make 5 guesses. Any more will be discounted. Each guess is worth 1 point. If you get all 5 correct, you can add 5 extra points to your score for a total of 10. All right, here is the question. Name 5. Oh, and also, big reminder, this 5 minutes is also a nice chance to grab a break. You want to grab a smoke, grab a drink, run to the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. Now it's a perfect time. Nice 5 minutes, good chunk of time. I'm probably going to do the same. All right. Name 5 of the top 10 musical films that were included in IMDb's list of the greatest musicals of all time, from last updated in 2017. Name 5 of the top 10 musical films that were included in IMDb's list of the greatest musicals of all time that was last updated in 2017. All right. We have top 10 musical films. Name us 5. Name us 5 from IMDb's list. Going to play your song, nice long one, and then give you so it jams a little more. All right, see you on the other side. Trippy. All right, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed your break. Hope you guys enjoyed doing the halftime question. It was a lot of fun to make. Let's discover the answer together. All right. The halftime question. Name 5 of the top 10 musical films that were included in IMDb's list of the greatest musicals of all time. All right. And those answers were, so these are ranked from last to first. So number 10 to number 1. Okay. So starting off, number 10. All That Jazz, Les Miserables, The Phantom of the Opera, Chicago, My Fair Lady, An American in Paris, The Sound of Music, The Wizard of Oz, West Side Story, and Singing in the Rain at number 1. Singing in the Rain. All right. All That Jazz, Les Miserables, The Phantom of the Opera, Chicago, My Fair Lady, An American in Paris, The Sound of Music, The Wizard of Oz, West Side Story, and Singing in the Rain. All right, those are those 10 musicals you were looking for. If any of those musicals you listed were in that top 10, give yourself a point for each one. If you got all 5 of the musicals you listed were in that top 10, Give yourself 5 points plus another 5 on top for a total of 10 points because you swept it. You did it. Well done. If you'd like to post your current score, if you'd like some bragging rights, go for it. Yes, no, I agree. There were definitely some on this top 10 list that I would not have picked. I definitely would not have picked the Phantom of the Opera or the modern that remake of that movie musical version of Les Miserables, the one, the Tom Hooper one, which, he also did Cats, which should also tell you something. That was everything about that just sounded like a disaster. Well, I don't know. It's the internet. Everything's pearls before swine these days, so what can you do? All right. We're now on to the second half of our game with rounds 4, 5, and 6. First category, round 4. The category is Bears. Bears. Oh yeah, Dancing in the Dark. That is a good musical. A little dark for my taste, but yeah, I think Lars von Trier can do. But yeah, Bears. Question 1. Most other species of bears are omnivores with varied diets. The 2 exceptions are the panda, who eats almost exclusively bamboo, and what bear that is almost exclusively carnivorous? Most other species of bears are omnivores with varied diets. The 2 exceptions are the panda, who eats almost exclusively bamboo, and what bear that is almost exclusively carnivorous? All right, and get you your minute to win it. All right. Here's your minute. Let's discover the answer together. All right, for the bears category, question 1. Most other species of bears are omnivores with varied diets. The 2 exceptions are the panda, who eats almost exclusively bamboo, and what bear that is almost exclusively carnivorous? All right. Yes, and I'm pretty sure we've swept this category here. We got answers from Charles, Clyde, and Dad, and they are all correct. It is the polar bear. Yes, the polar bear is exclusively carnivorous. Not a lot of vegetables out there on the Arctic tundra. They're all buried under snow. And yes, Krista, you got it as well. Yes, it was the polar bear, that ferocious beast. Super cute, though. They do rarely, I said almost exclusively, they do rarely eat like kelp or seaweed. I read up and everything, but like compared to most bears, which are evenly omnivorous, polar bears are considered hypercarnivores, which means 70% or more of their diet is meat. So yeah, don't get entangled with a polar bear. All right, question number 2. Question 2. What TV show did the chief National Park Services officer in 1971 refer to when he said it was the worst thing that ever happened to us? People saw this big, lovable bear on television, and when they see a bear in the park, they don't realize how wrong they are until they are bleeding. What TV show did the Chief National Park Services officer in 1971 refer to when he said it was the worst thing that ever happened to us? People saw this big, lovable bear on television, and when they see a bear in the park, they don't realize how wrong they are until they are bleeding. All right. Here's your minute. Okay, that is question two. Question two for Bears. What TV show did the Chief National Park Services officer in 1971 refer to when he said it was the worst thing that ever happened to us? People saw this big, lovable bear on television, and when they see a bear in the park, they don't realize how wrong they are until they are bleeding. All right, we got a bunch of answers. We got answers from Charles and Dad and Clyde nailed it. Yes, it was the live-action TV show starring Clint Howard, a very young Clint Howard. It was Gentle Ben. Gentle Ben, yes, the live-action show, a boy and his best friend, a bear. That's apparently caused quite a number of accidents in national parks. Who saw the show and they're like, "Oh, I can make a bear my best friend," and then it's. Bear takes him down like Timothy Treadwell. Just, oh. Whoops. Yeah, don't play with bears, kids. if a bear steals your picnic basket, just let him have it. Just it's not worth fighting over it. Yes, Gentle Ben was the answer. Not so gentle, I guess. Okay, question number 3 for Bears. Winnie the Pooh, the beloved bear of very little brain, has had his image banned from Chinese social media because of his supposed resemblance to what president? Winnie the Pooh, the beloved bear of very little brain, has had his image banned from Chinese social media because of his supposed resemblance to what president? Here's your minute. All right, that is time. That is time for question number 3 for bears. Winnie the Pooh, the beloved bear of very little brain, has had his image banned from Chinese social media because of his supposed resemblance to what president? Yes, Dad and Charles are correct. The answer is Chinese President Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping, I'm pronouncing it right, is that president, big old sleepy eyed dude, and there was a recent phenomenon of years ago of pictures of Xi Jinping, especially of President Obama, compared to a picture of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger walking side by side. And I guess it caught on enough as a meme that he was not pleased with it. So it got shut down in Chinese social media. He did not appreciate the time the media talked about him getting stuck in rabbit's hole after eating too much honey. That was not a good moment for Xi Jinping. Oh bother. Okay, round 5. Round 5. The category is beats. Beats. Both beats as in as in the sound theory, and beets as in the delicious vegetable. Okay. Question 1. Betanin. Betanin. Betanin, a chemical that can only be extracted from beets, is usually used for what purpose in manufacturing? Betanin, a chemical that can only be extracted from beets, is usually used for what purpose in manufacturing? 10 seconds. And that is time. Question 1. Betanin, a chemical that can only be extracted from beets, is usually used for what purpose in manufacturing? I got answers. I got the correct answer from Dad and Clyde. Yes, you are correct. You're both right. Betanin is a chemical used in food coloring, or I would also accept it food dye. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Betanin is the color in beets that if anyone who's eaten beets with their fingers probably knows. It stains your fingers red. It's that deep dye, makes wonderful colors. It's a great additive for I don't know if anyone's had an Impossible burger, the Impossible meat, the red coloring they get to make it look like ground beef. That's all beets. That's betanin, and And if you've ever gone to the bathroom after eating beets, now you know why you have that's why you end up getting that scare. Like, oh no, am I hemorrhaging? Do I need to call a doctor? I love Impossible. Yeah. Charles, I totally agree. I love Impossible Burgers. I'm a big fan. I tried them this year, and I always get them now. Anytime a restaurant offers them or order them, they're really tasty. Okay. Question number 2 for Beats. Question 2. Alongside other characters with names like Polka and Falsetto, Beat is another character named for a musical term in what Japanese RPG based on the dreams of composer Frédéric Chopin? Alongside other characters with names like Polka and Falsetto, Beat is another character named for a musical term in what Japanese RPG based on the dreams of composer Frédéric Chopin? Okay, that is time for question number 2. Sorry, I got to stop my timer. There we go. Okay. All right. Question number 2 for Beats. Alongside other characters with names like Polka and Falsetto, Beat is another character named for a musical term in what Japanese RPG based on the dreams of composer Frédéric Chopin? All right. Any guesses? Potato vodka. Sadly, no. Okay, so yes, the answer was the Japanese RPG is called Eternal Sonata. Eternal Sonata, a beautifully designed game. Graphics wise, not so much a fan of the combat system, but the Home Chopin Network. You guys have some great answers. I do love your joke answers. These are really funny. Dad said the Home Chopin Network. Charles says potato vodka. All sound like great things. But yes, so Eternal Sonata is great. The whole concept is wild. It's based in a fantasy world. The entire fantasy world takes place in the dreams of composer Frédéric Chopin on his deathbed. And so all the characters only exist in his dreams, and he himself is within his dream. So there's this extremely moe anime version of Frédéric Chopin that you control. So if you've ever wanted to play the anime version of a 19th century composer, that's your game. Check it out. Eternal Sonata. All right. It's a great game, but you don't have to take my word for it. Ba-da-ba. All right. Question number 3. Question 3. For Beats. With hit songs like Killer Tofu and I Need More Allowance, a fictional rock band called The Beats was the beloved band of the protagonist of what Nickelodeon cartoon? With hit songs like Killer Tofu and I Need More Allowance, a fictional rock band called The Beats, as in the vegetable, was the beloved band of the protagonist of what Nickelodeon cartoon? Here's your minute. Okay, question number 3 for Beats. With hit songs like Killer Tofu and I Need More Allowance, a fictional rock band called The Beats was the beloved band of the protagonist of what Nickelodeon cartoon? And yes, I knew it. Krissa and Charles, you both got it. It's Doug. That's me. Yes, Doug, that great Nicktoons character with his friends, with his friends Patty Mayonnaise and his dog Pork Chop. Yes, his favorite band was the Beats with their hit song "Ooh Way Ooh Killer Tofu." Isn't that great? I love it. Yes, Chris, I'm so glad you like the I haven't thought about that song in years, and now all I'm thinking about is Quail Man must use the powers of the quail. Just makes me want to strap a belt to my head and wear my underpants over my shorts. Oh, Quail Man. You were the best part of that show. And don't forget Quail Dog, of course. All right. We're now on the final round, the last round before the final question. Maybe for Halloween. Round six. The category is Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica. Question 1. The 1978 original Battlestar Galactica show was known for replacing English words with jargon to emphasize the cultural difference of the 12 colonies. What common expletive used in the show shares a name with a technique for harvesting natural gas? The 1978 original Battlestar Galactica was known for replacing English words with jargon to emphasize the cultural difference of the 12 colonies. What common expletive used in the show shares a name with a technique for harvesting natural gas? Yes, I got answers from Dad and Clyde, and they are correct. The answer is frack or frack. You fracking did it, guys. You really fracked up that answer. It's yes, it is frack or fracking. I was also accepted. Yes, that was a euphemism used on both the original BSG and new BSG. And no, so one might say it's a euphemism for what the process does to the earth and water table to it. Yep, really fracking up the water table there, aren't we, guys? Okay, great job. Yes, you get the answer correct. Okay, question number 2. Question 2. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. Okay, question 2. The 2004 reboot of Battlestar Galactica had a theme song based on the Gayatri Mantra from the Vedas, the holy texts of what real-world religion? The 2004 reboot of Battlestar Galactica had a theme song based on the Gayatri Mantra from the Vedas, the holy texts of what real-world religion? Here's your minute. All right. That is time for that question. For question number 2, the 2004 reboot of Battlestar Galactica had a theme song based on the Gayatri Mantra from the Vedas, V-E-D-A-S, the Vedas, the holy texts of what real-world religion? Yes. Charles is correct. We got answers from Dad, Clyde, and Charles, but Charles is correct. Yes, it is Hinduism. Hinduism. The Vedas are the holy text of Hinduism. That is correct. By that very trippy opening theme song. Man, Charles. I mean, I'm not surprised Charles got it. We spent a lot of years hanging out together watching the new BSG series in 2000s. Those are some good times. That was pretty wild. Showing some crazy places. And now question number 3. I hope you're enjoying. This is the last question. The category we had was Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Another Office reference, courtesy of Leslie. Gotta love it. Dwight. These are a few of Dwight's favorite things. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. And now we're on to the penultimate question, the last question before the final. Let's discover it together. Question 3 for Battlestar Galactica. Space battle scenes from the original Battlestar Galactica were swiped by a movie known for being famously riffed on MST3K, with its muscle-bound hero dubbed with names like Blast Hard Cheese and Thick McRunfast. Space battle scenes from the original Battlestar Galactica were swiped by a movie known for being famously riffed on MST3K, on Mystery Science Theater 3000, with its muscle-bound hero dubbed with names like Blast Hard Cheese and Thick McRunfast. I should say, but swiped by what movie? What movie was it that MST3K riffed upon? I'll read that one more time because I feel like I'm just messing with the delivery. Space battle scenes from the original Battlestar Galactica were swiped by what movie known for being famously riffed on Mystery Science Theater 3000, with its muscle-bound hero dubbed with names like Blast Hard Cheese and Thick McRunfast. All right, there you go. Here's your minute. All right, that is time for question number 3 for Battlestar Galactica. Space battle scenes from the original Battlestar Galactica were swiped by what movie known for being famously riffed on Mystery Science Theater 3000, which with its muscle-bound hero dubbed with names like Blast Hard Cheese and Thick McRunfast? And I knew it. I knew Charles would be. I knew Charles would be the one to get it, the first to get it. It is in fact, yes, Space Mutiny. Space Mutiny. Yes, that cheesy South African film that became a Mystery Science Theater classic. I love bulk beef broth, hunk meat slab, Bob Johnson. I love that movie. It's got a big beefy hero screams like a little girl. It's very fun. Oh, such a good flick. Okay, yes. All right, now we're moving on to the final question. The final. I just want to thank everybody who came out to tonight's trivia show. Thank you for making this as fun as it is. I hope you're all having as much fun playing it as I am making it. And sadly, it's coming to an end right now, but I am going to go on to the final question. Here it is. All right, here's your final. For this question, you may wager anywhere up to from 0 up to 10 points. You must guess all answers correct to win the points. Otherwise, you must subtract the amount of wagered points from your score. All right, so you must get the whole answer correct. All right, good night, Dad. Get the whole answer correct in order to earn all the points. The final question category is psychology. Psychology, and you will have 3 minutes to answer this question. Okay, psychology. So here we are. On the left, we have 5 psychologists. 5 psychologists. We have Abraham Maslow, Erik Erikson, Carl Rogers, B.F. Skinner, and Sigmund Freud. That's number 1, Abraham Maslow. 2, Erik Erikson. 3, Carl Rogers. 4, B.F. Skinner. And 5, Sigmund Freud. All right. And on the right, we have 5 contributions to psychology that each one of these psychologists is known for. What do they contribute? What do they create? Okay. A, we have behavioralism. B, we have client-centered therapy. C, we have the hierarchy of needs. D, we have psychoanalysis. And E, developmental psychology. Developmental psychology. Okay, that's A, behavioralism. B, client-centered therapy. C, the hierarchy of needs. D, psychoanalysis. And E, developmental psychology. All right, so you want to match one to the other. What psychologist developed the psychology on what psychologist on the left developed the psychology theory on the right? You have 3 minutes to answer, okay? Let me set the music. Here you go. Good luck. So put the sign down. You have 1 more minute. Ah, yes, the ray of light. Ten seconds. All right, and that is time. All right, let's discover the answers together. So the category was psychology. Psychology. Let's go down the list. Let's start with number one. Number one, our first psychologist is Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow. What did he? What foundation of psychology did he create? He founded. He created the hierarchy of needs. Yes, Abraham Maslow created the hierarchy of needs. He formulated that theory. So it's C. Number one is C. Number one is C. Okay. Number two, Erik Erikson. No, not the Norse explorer, but the great psychologist. Erik Erikson developed the first to develop the theory of psychology, of not abnormal psychology like Freud did, but like just normal development. He developed developmental psychology. He's the founder of developmental psychology. E. Number two is E. Two is E. Okay. Number three, Carl Rogers. Carl Rogers, with his humanist approach, was the founder of B, client-centered therapy. Carl Rogers is number three. Carl Rogers is B, client-centered therapy. All right, number 4, B.F. Skinner was investigated with his Skinner boxes, pigeons in boxes hitting buttons for food. Was the founder of the school of thought of A, behavioralism. Number 4 is A, behavioralism. All right, number 5. Number 5, and of course, the great granddaddy of psychology, Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. His big contribution to psychology is D, psychoanalysis. Number 5 is D, psychoanalysis. So yeah, Sigmund Freud gave us psychoanalysis and the show Frasier. Okay, so the answers are number 1 is C, number 2 is E, number 3 is B, number 4 is A, and number 5 is D. We're looking for C, E, B, A, D. C bad. One is, type them all right here. Number 1 is C. Number 2 is E. Number 3 is B. Number 4 is A. Number 5 is D. Let us know if you got that. Let us know if you got a nice point total there. That's something you'd like to brag about, or something you'd like to show off of the show. Or if not, that's all good too. I just hope you enjoyed this trivia show. I'm gonna call it a night now. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this channel. But thank you for coming by, and thank you for enjoying my show. Hope you all liked it. Much love to you all. Stay safe. Hope you're all doing well. And I got some classes early tomorrow, so I probably should cut it short here. But I just want to say thank you and good night, and I hope you all had a wonderful show. Bye-bye.